Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Todd Edward, and I put out a video about 5 or 6 days ago of how the Jeffrey Epstein cover-up is pretty much bringing down the US government. This has been a massive cover-up, unprecedented in human history. And we're just barely trying to scrape the surface of what this thing is really about. It's not only about Chesters going to an island playing inappropriately with small children. This thing was just the cover-up of the blackmail operation for covering up who is controlling all the government officials behind the scenes, right? And, there's not anything that's really in the news right now until today, like 6 days later or 7 days after this story is broke, about really what's going on. And this here guy, from his channel is Black Scout Survival, he hit on some major stuff that I've never heard in shuffling through hundreds of Epstein videos over the last week here. And you guys, it's gonna blow your mind what he says. And this stuff is not conspiracy theory, right, guys? I mean, this is a psyop going on by these government officials, corporation tycoons, everyone with their fingers in this thing. And this thing is more about power than anything, about who is going to be the most powerful in the world. This is almost like the end game on the Marvel movie where Thanos has all the stones on the fingers and snaps his finger, and unbelievably things that you could not ever imagine happen. This is the kind of stuff in quantum physics that are embedded in this whole story, guys. You just have got to listen to this guy, and I got a couple other videos to show you that's gonna just blow your absolute mind. So let's listen to this guy here.
He said, don't trust him. Don't trust that DOJ. Now let's zoom out, right? Because this goes well beyond Jeffrey Epstein, like I said. And honestly, it goes beyond even the other Chesters. And yeah, that's what I call them because YouTube doesn't like the other words, and they'll throttle the hell out of this video. They're already going to throttle, but they'll throttle me even more. This goes into who protects them. That's what I'm saying all the time. Who covers the tracks? Who has the power to scrub footage off the federal system? I seen a guy comment a minute ago saying, do you not think they could have just done a better... Dude, it took a forensic analysis to find out that they swapped 3 minutes. They swapped it. Like, it was not detectable by the video.
Okay, no, he's talking about there was 2 minutes and 35 seconds of the so-called special housing unit in New York that was housing Epstein before he so-called took his own life, right? And the video's been edited. Not only was there 1 minute missing, but there was also another minute and 35 seconds that was spliced out of the film. Unbelievable.
You think they couldn't do it? It's a lot of technical expertise to even do that, my guy. But who can make a president go silent and journalists pretend none of this exists? And who the hell has the kind of pull to get Stephen Hawking, a man who couldn't speak or move, flown down to the island by a blackmail trafficker? You think he was down there to party?
Maybe he was down there to party. I mean, maybe his willie still worked. I don't know, guys. That's probably a sidebar to this. But Stephen Hawking, one of the most brilliant minds, scientific minds in the world. Another guy here I got a video on, Eric Weinstein. huge physics guy. They're deeply embedded into this cover-up. You gotta listen to this stuff.
Quantum physics, that should scare you, because these people were not interested in the children. These people are interested in something much darker. They wanted the most elite minds. Why do you think they're going after these people? Not only to control the world leaders, right? This was not just about sex or leverage. It was about power, rituals, control. And now here...
Okay, did you hear what he just said? Power and rituals. This is all a part of a big, huge satanic cult. All these people behind the scenes, the ones in the power, Khazarian mafia guys, and their homeland is where? Ukraine. And the Russians hate them. And that's what's been going on over there, guys. I shit you not.
Here's where we cross into the part that I really don't want you talking about. Julia Bryant, one of Epstein's victims, now, and she's testified to this, and she has been backed that she's an actual victim, that she saw Epstein shapeshift in front of her. Now, I'm not talking metaphorically, I'm talking literally. Her words.
Okay, guys, shapeshift, right? In an underground facility in New Mexico, Los Alamos. Yeah. This stuff's been going on for a long time. These underground...
His face changed and his body shifted. Like she was watching something not human. Now maybe that's trauma, maybe that's disassociation, maybe hallucinations, drugs, but maybe...
Because that's where Epstein, one of his properties was, guys. New Mexico, the ranch, big ranch, right? They had it all cameraed out. They got all kinds of video on it. But according to the DOJ, the Coverup Central with Pam Blondie doesn't exist.
Maybe it's not. Because that same woman also said she woke up naked and paralyzed in a lab at Epstein's New Mexico compound. A lab. A facility. She said she couldn't move. She couldn't speak. But she said it looked like a medical or military installation with experiments being conducted around her. She said Epstein was obsessed with cloning, DNA, human enhancement, and transhumanism. And he's not the only one. And the reason why we bring this up is because if you go dark in...
This stuff might sound totally off your rocker, right? But you're going to believe the lies in your face from people in the government? Or are you going to listen to so-called conspiracy theory that is, these so-called conspiracy theories have been proved in the last 5 years of what this was doing and the long white clots and everything, guys. I mean, the conspiracy theories are turning out to be more true than the lies that are being funneled down into our throats from the government.
Deeper, I'm going to do more videos about this when you're talking about Aleister Crowley, his association with NASA. This is more than politics, right and left. This is spiritual.
Okay, see what he's saying there? Crowley, he was the head of Masonic Lodge for years, wrote a book on it, Dogma or something, right? I mean, this is a cult ingrained superpower behind in the shadows with enough power to make a president that we all voted for and had high hopes for to turn on a dime 180 degrees and say, oh, don't look, there's nothing to be seen there, let's just bury this. This is what's going on, guys.
This is good and evil. Epstein invested over $40 million in a firm backed by Peter Thiel. Did you know that? Peter Thiel, the firm that became Palantir. The same Palantir that's now running AI-driven surveillance and population mapping systems for the Pentagon. Do you understand what I just said?
This goes deep.
They're in contract with the Pentagon. The government's central data tool, the software used by U.S. intelligence agencies to track, predict, and map civilian behavior, was seed funded by a known blackmail trafficker, Jeffrey Epstein. Say what? No. And this guy got it. This guy hit it too. Where did he go? Peter Thiel is J.D. Vance's handler. Google it if you don't believe me.
That's true. Peter Thiel, massive money behind J.D. Vance to get him into the vice presidency. It's just a fact.
And it doesn't stop there. Palantir also has deep sides to guess what? Who? Guess who? Mossad. That's Israel's elite intelligence agency. And Epstein's believed hand.
Okay. Peter Thiel, big, huge ties with Mossad. They're the intelligence agency of Israel. And we've already established, Israel is not God's chosen biblical Hebrew people. Those people are scattered throughout the earth. These people that are in the state, the Zionist state of Israel, are these Khazarians, guys. This evil cult. Period. That's what they are. And they are have blackmailed and controlled the government of the United States for years. And this Epstein cover-up is blowing that lid right off. And that's what we need to get to the bottom of this right now and stop it. No matter what happens, the truth has to come out. How can they have the right ever to take and kidnap little children and use them as blackmail bait to control people in our government? This stuff's got to stop, guys.
Many believe it was Ghislaine Maxwell's father, Robert Maxwell, a known Mossad asset before his mysterious death.
I saw the comments of the customers and they said they wanted something fun, exciting, and
commercial.
So let me lay this out for you plain English. A Mossad-type family, a billionaire trafficker running a honey trap off, victims waking up in underground labs on American soil, claims of shape-shifting, cloning, and black site experimentation. And the software he helped fund is now being used by who? The U.S. government to spy on you. You still think this is just about teenage girls on a plane? Wake up. This was never about Epstein. Epstein was just a delivery system, a disposable asset. And if you want to cover something that dark and that powerful, you need to flood the field with noise. And that's why some victims might be real. Some might be fake. Apparently, Epstein had a lot of paid fake victims as well. That's why some of the victims may have been planted.
So listen to that, guys. This whole thing is such a psyop. You don't know if you're coming or going. They have fake victims, fake perpetrators, mixed in with the real victims and perpetrators, right? Of those that are being blackmailed in the government, in order to make even the real ones not credible. You know what I'm saying, guys? So they mix the fake, just like Trump's always saying, fake this, fake that. They do it for a reason, to make even the credible crimes fake, so they don't have a standing in court. That's what's going on here, guys.
It's all designed to collapse under its own weight. Think about it. You have fake victims. Oh, this person really was a victim. They said they were. And they also had fake clients. You mix real with the ridiculous so nothing sticks. Someone says, oh, this happened to me. We listen. Someone says they saw Epstein shapeshift. The media laughs and suddenly everything gets thrown out.
Yeah.
That's how it works. So maybe Juliet is a liar too. She wasn't even there, but there is documentation that she was there. But it's not just censorship and saturation. And this is us trying to put things together, right? Because there's so much surrounding this, and the fact is that they're trying to quiet all of this right now. The swamp isn't being drained. It's being fortified by code, by AI, by biotech, and most importantly by fear. And the fear of being thrown out by your own people. Oh man, you're turning against your own crowd. Now, you're not being with the team. No, we are the team. These people are deviating outside of our team. That's what that means. Kevin Spacey says release Epstein files, all of them, for those of us who fear nothing. The truth can come soon enough. I hate to make this about me, but the media already has. I think he was on the plan list. Pretty sure. Mike Johnson flips. Epstein script on GOP saying Ghislaine Maxwell should testify and Pam Bondi must release the files. What got Mike Johnson to flip? DOJ rejects Ghislaine Maxwell's appeal to SCOTUS response. Do you see what I'm saying here? It's too much.
So, and this is massive, guys. This could lead into more assassination attempts by multiple groups against multiple different people in the government. If this stuff starts getting out and the pressure gets so high on this, some people are going to disappear. This is huge, guys. This is what I mean. The government right now is cracking big time. This could end up being real dark, real quick on this, guys. And what did Donald Trump just do here in the last couple of days? Give Russia a 50-day ultimatum like he gave 60-day ultimatum to Iran before he bombed Iran. And just before he bombed Iran, what happened? Before the 60 days ultimatum was up for Iran, what did the attack dog of Israel, what did they do? They tried to take out all the leadership in Iran. So if you're Putin and you just got a 50-day ultimatum from Trump to stop the war in Ukraine, and why has that been dictated to Putin to stop the war? Because Ukraine is the homeland of these evil, satanic Khazarians, guys. That's the truth. There was all kinds of labs and chemical labs and bio labs and everything all over Ukraine. It's the worst, most evil country in the entire planet. And they're at war with Russia for a reason. Russia hates them. We should take note of that, guys. Okay, I got a couple more videos that I want to show you guys that relate to this. Here's another, we were talking about Stephen Hawking being at the island, right? He's like a physicist, right? Huge. And here's another massive physicist, Eric Weinstein. And they've been trying to ruin his career of how he got sucked into this Jeffrey Epstein thing.
Jeffrey Epstein was the product of at least one element of the intelligence community. I would bet money on it.
The CIA, FBI.
I don't know who ran him, but he knew a tremendous amount about my scientific work in ways he wasn't supposed to. Very powerful people told me I needed to meet him. He certainly was not a financier in any standard sense. That was a cover story. I need to know what this thing was, and I want to know why people don't investigate it. I want to know why nobody asks for the filings, but I think more than anything, we don't trust our scientists, because our scientists are the most powerful people in our society.
So do you think science is being controlled so that it can be used in a way that's beneficial?
Let's put it this way.
Eric Weinstein is a renowned mathematician
and one of the most fearless and provocative thinkers of our time.
He dissects the failures of science,
exposes elite networks, and proposes bold new theories that could save humanity.
The top of mind for me at the moment is the apocalypse and tropical fruit. I'm not kidding. You're looking at the end, man.
Do you really think this is the start of the end?
The tropical fruit he loves is rambutan, mango, lasuni, all the fruits that we have growing wild around here where I live in the Philippines.
Of course it is. Look at how much has happened in the last month. And the big problem is that we share one atmosphere. All of humanity's eggs are in one basket.
So what needs to happen to get me a future?
So I think Elon is 100% right. We gotta get to another sphere. But he's being a complete when it comes to science, and he's being a total hero when it comes to engineering. But you can't engineer your way to the stars with the science we have. But physics opens the universe. But we have a real problem. A new idea in physics changes the balance of power in the world. The desire of our government is to get science to give us as much power as possible. But then they castrate the scientists, belittle them, destroy their families, their lives, their ability to earn, because our government isn't good enough to keep its own secrets. My employer was a special informant to the FBI. There's a doctrine that says physicists don't have free speech.
And his employer was Harvard University. And so why is Trump nailing Harvard University with a bunch of sanctions because of all kinds of reasons, right? I think it was about foreigner students or something like that. So Trump now is nailing Harvard, putting the clamps on them because of this mix-up with in this huge Epstein deal, because Epstein was at Harvard and got a hold of this Weinstein guy and was trying to pump him get him into this special ops program of whatever, doing the shape-shifting and whatever they're doing to create the next. When scientists were the thing of the whole planet, what did they do? Create the atom bomb, right, guys? And with that power, that made the U.S. the most powerful in the world, just like that. So this is the fight that's going on underground and behind the scenes right now.
We're stopping the world's most important group from making progress. Physics is the only thing that's going to get you. So let's talk about it.
I see messages all the time in the comments.
So that's what's going on there, guys. And then here's what happened. Well, let's go on to the next one real quick here. This here is what happened in 2019, right? The year before the pandemic.
Quantum supremacy is a term used in quantum computing to describe the point at which a quantum computer can...
Quantum computing. And this is owned by Google, and this is called the Sycamore processor. And now that's been already upgraded since 2019 to the Willow. You can do your own research on it, but this is massive ability. And once they merge quantum computing with AI, it's game over, guys. Game over for humanity.
Perform a specific calculation that a classical computer, the kind of computer we use today, would find impossible or take an unreasonably long time to complete. While regular computers are amazing at many tasks, quantum computers like Sycamore can explore entirely new realms of possibilities, solving puzzles and problems that were once out of reach. Sycamore's capabilities could supercharge RII, making it smarter and faster at learning. Sycamore can solve problems in science, medicine, and engineering that regular computers can't. Think of Sycamore as a superbrain computer built by Google. It doesn't think like a regular computer, but uses something called quantum bits, qubits. Regular computers use bits, which are like light switches. They are either on or off, 1 or 0. Quantum computers, however, use qubits, which can be on, off, or both at the same time. Imagine a spinning coin showing heads and tails simultaneously. In October 2024, Google's Sycamore processor, a 67-qubit quantum computer, achieved a significant milestone in quantum computing by operating in a weak noise phase. This advancement enabled it to perform computations that are currently beyond the reach of classical supercomputers.
Scientific explanation.
So, as you can see there, guys, I mean, we're on the precipice of a singularity, what they call a singularity. When AI merges with quantum computing, along with the biosphere of stuff that's going on from the human DNA. And this is, like I say, this came about in 2019, so what happened in 2020? This thing tries to disclaim that theory.
A viral video claims American billionaire Bill Gates was caught on camera admitting the COVID-19 vaccine he is developing will permanently alter human DNA. This is false. Gates never said the RNA vaccines being developed today for COVID-19 will permanently alter human DNA. YouTube channel Frank Smith uploaded a video containing the false claim. Rappler found a similar video on YouTube uploaded by channel Food for Thought. As of writing, the two videos have more than 330,000 combined views on YouTube, but the upload by Frank Smith had already been taken down for violating YouTube's terms of service. The clips of Gates talking about vaccines was from a video uploaded on April 30 on Gates' official YouTube channel. Gates talking about RNA vaccines is used in the video. Then it transitions into a narration of how the vaccines will alter the human body and create microchips that will leave a tattoo on the hand. There are a number of vaccines being developed today for COVID-19, including RNA.
Okay, for you guys, I don't know if you heard that or not, and I don't know if this video is even going to be able to be uploaded by showing you guys all this stuff, but these things here that was done in 2020 to 2023 alters the human DNA to the point where when these quantum chips are embedded in the people, they become something else. And this is what's going on. This huge power structure, underground, breakthrough, singularity, whatever you guys want to call it, merged with human DNA through cloning, creating cyborgs. That's exactly what it creates. Quantum strength cyborgs. So you can't really tell if they're human or not human, especially if some of these entities that have the ability to shapeshift, which are demonic in nature. And I can tell you, I have personal experience with something that happened to me, a demon type shapeshifter called a walk. And there's another name too, a insig or something like that. In the Philippines here, they're almost like a vampire. They have the ability to shapeshift, and they kill animals, and they've been known to attack people, and especially pregnant women. And what they do is, like I say, I had 3 animals, goats, that were killed by one of these creatures. And I have a video if you want to look on my other videos. And the way they eat after they kill their prey by tiny, almost like pin or nail holes. So there was like pin or nail holes, no ripping of flesh, nothing. Just small pinholes or nail holes, either from a claws of it or from the real teeth that were super small and super sharp, biting around the neck and the head and the legs. Then the only thing that was left, that you could see that there was some kind of a tear in it, was the butthole of the goats was ripped, and all the internals of the animals were sucked out through the butthole. So all those internal organs, that's what it likes to eat. That's why the pregnant women, they like to eat the fetus of the pregnant woman through the vagina. That is, I don't know if this video is even going to upload, but good luck, guys. And like I say, this is all my opinion, and that's my personal experience, what happened to me here, and it all ties in with this that's going on with the Jeffrey Epstein cover-up, guys. So that's all I got for today. Please put in the comments what you guys think, whether you think it's all baloney, whether you think there's some validity in this, or I would just love to hear from you. And whatever you do, don't go out in the dark alone, especially in the Philippines jungle. So I love you guys with all my heart. Take care, and God bless. Bye-bye.